Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, the show where I talk to interesting people within fusion and prog. My name is Johan Stensland, and today we're going to talk to Hasse Fröberg again. He's going to give us his 5 top most influential singers to him in his life. And this is actually part 2 of the interview I made with Hasse. So if you haven't checked out part 1, you might want to do that, and the link should pop up right here. In that first part, I also give a longer presentation of Hasse, who he is, his background, and all that. So you might want to check that out. But this video is all about his top 5 most influential singers. So let's do it. All right, we're going to do your list, but before that, I have another question. What's with you and guitarists?
What do you mean?
You have attracted some really great guitarists. How do you do that? Do you have like a tip for me or everybody?
I think I'm just a lucky guy, actually. I don't know. I mean, Jocke or JJ, Anton, Roine, Søren was a pretty good guitar player.
And Alf?
Affe, of course. I probably forgot some, but it's true. I've played with a lot of fantastic guitar players. And we all know some of them are a little special.
Yeah, you can say that.
I wonder if there's... guitar players, they are so much I play guitar, but I don't consider myself to be that kind of guitar player. But I know Jocke and Anton, they are so nerdy about their equipment and so on. I wonder if there's any other instrument that has such nerdy players.
I don't know.
I hardly think so. It's,
that's really interesting because I'm thinking mainly about Anton Lindsjö, which I think is like he's not like on another planet. I think he is amazing, and JJ, who has played with Glenn Hughes and you and lots of other people, he's just fantastic.
Really fantastic.
Yeah,
and he has this physical way of playing, like it's when he's in ace form, it's like you get a kick right in the nuts when he starts to play.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely. It's a statement.
It's a statement. It is.
Yeah, really.
So it's really cool to have been able to play with those guys, and that is also school as a singer.
Yeah,
because you're up against those guys. If you're going to get yourself heard, you cannot. It's not a picnic.
Nope.
You need to be out there and belt it out. Otherwise, you won't be heard.
Yeah, and they place the bar, and you're supposed to jump over that.
Yeah, and they for some reason, guitar players of that magnitude. They tend to like loud volume. I don't know why.
Yes, they do. It's just rock and roll. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's a part of the school. It absolutely is.
Absolutely. So, are you ready to do your list? You're gonna do a list of 5 most influential singers in your life.
Yeah.
So, are you ready? All right, Hasse's list. Take it away.
Jesus. Number 5 might be an odd choice coming from me, but it is Mr. Wilson Pickett.
That's number 5. All right.
Yeah, it's number 5, and he's the guy. First of all, he's a powerhouse, and he kind of turns those classic soul phrases inside out, and always with a big heart and a really, really rocking voice. So he's my number 5.
I can relate to that. And to tell you the truth, this is the only guy I also have on my top 5 list.
It is.
Wilson Pickett, man, what a singer.
Yeah.
He was just fantastic. I can just listen to Mustang Sally and go, wow.
I'm very surprised. I did not expect that, but there you go.
There you go. All right, go on.
Yeah. At number 4, we have Jon Anderson. What an iconic voice. And I mean, if you think of it, you have 4 other musicians with very special characters. And he's the one that needs to cut through all that. And he does it every time. And he's, to me, he's a giant. And I think he is really, I mean, when they were at its peak, or when Yes were at its peak, he was also at his peak, I think. And he was just a great singer. And all above that, he's like an essence from another planet or something. He's really, really unique. And that also is, of course, important in this business to stand out, and that he really does.
He really does. He when I listened to Yes, when I started listening to Yes back in the early 1800s, where we are from, I was like, why is he singing like this? What is he doing? And then I heard him speak. And he speaks with this weird high-pitched voice. He sounds like that. It's not like he's singing in falsetto all the time. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, the way he is and the way he sounds.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I remember when we were playing at the Progressive Nation at Sea. It's like a big cruise ship in the Caribbean with lots of progressive rock bands, and he was there mainly to be a guest vocalist for Transatlantic. And also he did a show of his own. He played, I think it was in the big room of that boat, which was like a big concert hall. And it was just him with different small ukuleles or guitars, and he had like bass or kick drum that he could stomp with his feet.
So one-man band.
One-man band. And he did some Yes classics, played with his chords, but you could hear where everything came from. You could hear, so this was the way he started, one of those old classic songs,
Cool.
And it was great to hear. And from the very first bar, his voice sounded 100% like Jon Anderson. And I mean, this is about 10 years ago now, so he was not a youngster. And he really has that voice, which is incredible.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. All right. Go on.
Coming in at number 3, I have written here Philip Lynott from Thin Lizzy. The reason is, to me, he's the best storyteller there is. You listen to every word he sings or he says. He has that kind of magic voice that, and talking about being behind the bar, he's really laid back when he's singing, even though he's full on and it's a hard tune. He's always kind of behind the beat a little, and a very unique style of singing. And the way he expresses the words is, to me, he's number 1 on that.
Yeah, he has great timing and great rhythm, and he's a great storyteller, and he appears on that War of the Worlds thing.
Yeah, he does.
And he can really tell the story.
Absolutely. That was the game changer for me to see them at Gröna Lund in 1977 with Phil and Brian Downey and Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson.
Yeah.
And I think they were 1 week away from releasing Bad Reputation.
Ah, right.
So it was the same tour that eventually became Live and Dangerous.
Aha.
So it was the start of that tour. It was like, since then, it was no turning back. And I was very, very young. I mean, I was 30 years old, but me and one of my friends, he hang with his older brother that was born in 1960. So so we could follow him and his friends. So we were right in the middle in front of Phil. It was a fantastic evening.
Yeah, kind of interesting that you picked Phil Lynott, because he's not a high-pitched singer. He's more like a baritone guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost bass sometimes when it goes down there, but
but it doesn't matter because he's great.
An influential singer, to say the least.
Yeah.
And then we have at number 2 Jeff Buckley. To me, it's a shame he died so young, but he was able to record some fantastic music, and to me his voice is almost sheer perfection, and it has so much drama and passion in it. And I've been trying to find it ever since, but I've heard some recordings where he sings in French, and it just blows me. I almost starts crying when I hear it. It's
cool,
beautiful. And so he is my number 2, and it's the most passionate voice ever, I think. When he's it kind of almost rips the heart out of your body when he does his stuff. Really, really good.
Yeah, but compared to the other guys on your list, he is relatively unknown.
Yeah, relatively. Yeah, it might be so, but I heard rumors about that they will make even a movie about him. So who knows what will happen?
Okay.
Maybe he will gain some more status after that. I don't know.
Yeah, he has a really smooth voice. You cannot hear him change registers or anything. It's just smooth going all the way from down here up here, and it's very clean.
Very clean, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard him make any distortion sound.
Oh, and when you're talking about it, sometimes I've been wondering, is he always using his full voice, or does he have a very strong falsetto? Because when he's up there, it's high notes.
Yeah, it's limitless. It's
but I can't hear the glitch between the falsetto or the full voice. I can't hear it.
No, it just glides. Yeah, it's amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I heard a version of "Calling You," the Baghdad Cafe song that he makes, and it's just it's very sparse with the instruments, and it almost just guitar and his voice, and he's just killing it. It's fantastic. Cool. All right.
Okay, then we have the last one, and it's my number 1 is Rod Stewart, mainly because his warm voice and his charms as a singer, and it's always like he sings with he's singing with a smile. It's
that he does.
Yeah, and it's effortless, even though his voice is very, very. I think he has inflammation in his stämband.
Vocal cords.
I think he has inflammation in his vocal cords. So that's been his problem or his luck over the years.
Yeah, his success.
Makes his voice unique, but it has such a warm sound to it, and also the way he. Some of the music he has recorded, I think. But when I hear his voice, it's he's the best to me. And probably not technically or anything, but it speaks tons to me for some reason. And I just loved it since I was a young kid, and I saw him as long ago, as far back as in 1976, where I followed my friend and his dad to Stockholm Konserthuset in Stockholm.
All right. Yeah.
Concert house to see him, and it was also a game changer, of course. And the funny thing is that in the PA, before the actual concert started, he played do 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 do. And me and Patrick, what the fuck is this? This is great. We heard this song, tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak, and we couldn't figure out what it was. We hadn't heard it before. And then all of a sudden, I'm sure you remember the old magazine poster.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was this black and white half-side article about this band, Thin Lizzy. And it says that their new album, Jailbreak. Jailbreak. That was what they were singing in that song before the Rod Stewart concert. So that's how we found out about it.
Ah, cool.
I mean, I realized later on that they had played in Sweden before, but I didn't know about them. That was the first contact with them. And it was about a year before I saw them.
Yeah.
And then they became like super influential throughout my teens.
Yeah.
Throughout my teens.
Yeah.
My teenage years. So.
Yeah, they were really big there for a while, Thin Lizzy.
They were. I think Sweden and England and Northern Europe was like their market.
Yeah. They were huge.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And anyway, and back to Rod Stewart. Yeah, he's been I've also seen him 2 or 3 times, but now I don't care about him nowadays. This is more for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah, I see. I mean, he must be like 130, 140 years old or something.
Probably. I realize now that I don't have any women or ladies on the list, but we have to take that next time then.
Yeah, we take that next time. But interesting contrasts, your number 1 and number 2, Rod Stewart and Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley, who almost never sings with any distortion. And then you have Rod Stewart, who cannot take a clean note if his life depended on it, right? He always sings with kind of raspy distortion thing.
Yeah. I mean, that contrasts, that's what makes life interesting, I think. So
yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Hasse's top 5 most influential singers. I hope you liked this interview. And if you like my content, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching.